Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. Welcome. We're doing your monthly February readings. And I went ahead and already pre-shuffled and laid out your cards just to save some time so we're not just sitting here, shuffling about. I'm going to clarify most of these cards anyway as we go along. But in general, if these messages do not resonate with you, please go listen to your moon and or rising sign as they may resonate with you. Now, please don't forget to hit a like and or subscribe to the channel so we can get it up and circulating, specifically so for those who need to hear these messages. Now, overall, in general, from what I'm seeing here in your cards, it seems as if in January, there was an offer that was made to you, and it could be very well carrying over from 2019. Now, mind you, I didn't do monthlies in January because I'm new to YouTube, which is why I don't have a huge audience just yet. But you're going to see, I'm pretty good. But for those Taurians that I'm seeing, I'm getting the sense that there was an offer that was being made, or there was a contract that was offered or something, or you finally heard the truth about a certain matter. Something very new recently has happened to you, and I'm trying to keep these messages as general as possible because they really could go into the sector of work and or love or in a particular situation. Now, why I'm saying this, and what's interesting is you got 5 major arcana out of this whole entire reading, which are 9 cards, and that's insane. So that just tells me there's a lot of thinking going on and reassessing, because I'm seeing a lot of reassessing going on. Now, the beginning of the week, the beginning of the month, should I rather say, for February, you start off with the Chariot. And the Chariot talks about, let me see if I could just get a better picture of that for you. Yeah, there we go. Is something rushing in, or you're rushing in, or you're rushing ahead to do something. But what I heard from my downloads that were coming in is I see a big fat U-turn, because with the Chariot, you also got the 8 of Cups. Let me put it up right. You got it in reverse. So that means you turned around or you stopped dead in your tracks from whatever this was. It's like you either received a contract to start a new business or a new company, or you received an offer of love. You got some sort of news that you were happy to hear, because you rushed ahead. You were like, woohoo, moving on February. But then you're like, wait a minute. Hold on, let me think about this for a second. Because, the 8 of Cups talks about going back. So I heard a big fat U-turn, and then the last card for the beginning of the month was the Hermit. So this tells me you did stop dead in your tracks, and you said, let me think about this for a second. Is this a wise choice for me? I'm like rushing ahead, I'm rushing along, I'm ready to go. I loved what I heard, but then like you didn't stop to think how this may affect you, your partner, your external circumstances, basically. So whether that's work or love related, you're telling yourself, wait a minute, how's this going to affect my kids? Or how's this going to affect my wife, husband? How is this going to affect my partner, my coworker, my boss? Am I going to end up screwing over this other person because of the actions that I'm going to take? Something along those lines. But what I had pulled one card to ask in general for February, what the overall influence is for the month, and you got the Ace of Cups. So those are offers of love. Typically in a relationship, it could also be an offer that it can be work related, because you received an offer that you were waiting for, like a promotion, or a partner saying, yeah, I'm ready to go. Whatever it is, it's an amazing offer. So, but for some reason, you were like, yeah, let's move forward. But then you stopped for a second, dead in your tracks, and you did a bit of a U-turn. And then now you're just thinking about what's happening here. I mean, look at you. You're sitting here like, hold on, I'm gonna walk this back for just a second. I'm going to go up at the top of the mountain. I'm going to leave this beach over here, and I'm going to go to the top of this mountain, sit by the moonlight, take a few minutes to myself, and think about this. Is this something that's I should be doing? Now, in the middle of the month, you have, and here's where it's crazy because all three cards for the middle of the month is major arcana. And and in the other two major arcanas is the Chariot and the Hermit, which is at the beginning of the month. So there is a lot of things for you that you're processing this month. So mid-month, when you start off with Judgment, this is requesting a judgment call. A judgment is being put upon this offer that was being made to you. And this is why all of a sudden you're sitting there thinking to yourself, I need a minute. Is this the wise choice? So you're trying to insert a lot of wisdom in the decision that you're about to make, Taurus. And it is requesting a judgment call because following right after judgment, you have justice, where justice will prevail. Balance will be restored. Whoever in this scenario, I heard misjudged. Somebody had misjudged you or you misjudged the situation. I heard misjudged. Somebody's judging the situation, and that's probably why you got judgment and now justice, and justice is coming in to balance the scales. But it will happen, and it's going to happen mid-month. There will be a decision made because the world is ending the middle of the month. So in the world, it talks about an ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new. Now, at the end of the month, you have Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords takes on the energy of a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. She's also very, very discerning. I mean, look at her. She's like, let me think about this for a moment, just like the Hermit. But the Hermit card is a card of a Virgo, so you may very well be dealing with the Virgo also. But Justice, you also have, which is Libra, Judgment, which is Sagittarius, Chariot, Cancer. You're dealing with a lot of people, but I do feel Virgo very strongly. But here you are, making that discerning decision, and here's you sitting doing that time out to think about what's going on. I feel more or less, you may be dealing with an air sign female also, but I feel like you are taking on this energy and you're really trying to make the right choice, a discerning choice. Page of Wands. This is you just saying, you know what? It's not that I'm going to throw caution to the wind, but I am going to throw spaghetti against the wall and I'm going to see what sticks. You're going forward in the sense of you're going in it with rose-colored glasses, which is good and all. It's fine, but it's almost as if like, not that you're dipping your toe in the water, you're going for it, but you're going forward with it slightly cautiously. Like I said, she's just throwing that dart out there. She's just throwing the wand. She's like, F it, I'm doing it. I don't care. But, for you, it's like almost like throwing spaghetti up against the wall just to see the counterbalance that's going to come back. Because above it is the Justice, which is the scales, which does talk about balance. And then you're ending the month with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is juggling a situation, weighing the pros and cons, yes and no, right or wrong. I think that you, at the end of the month, have to definitely make that choice. Specifically so because at the beginning of the month, you went in gung-ho, but then at some point in the middle of the week, at the beginning of the month, you just said, wait, hold up. Whoa, horsey. Whoa, horsey. Let's take a beat and think about this. Yeah. And then this is why in the middle of the month, there's all this assessment that's going on, not just by you, but the universe is also stepping in because the universe sees you struggling a little bit with making that decision or making that choice. So judgment and it's also asking you to make a judgment call where balance is going to be restored by ending this cycle and starting a new one. And here you are actually thinking about everything that's going on. You're like, I think it's a good thing that I gave it some time. I think it's a good thing that I just, went a little cautiously. But then now you're like, all right, so let me just throw those wands out there and see what happens. The page is, the youngest of the the folks in the tarot. So you're talking about a child, so you could be dealing with a fire sign child also. It's as if I almost feel like when I said before, oh, you're throwing spaghetti up against the wall. I think what you're doing also, Taurians, is because I heard you kind of like whispering in the ear of a little child to send out a message. You're like, oh, go and do it. Go. So you could see what happens. So I feel as if you're kind of sending messages out there by proxy. And this could be through a child or something along those lines. I don't want to just sit here and, give you a pretty reading with a pretty bow at the end of it, because these readings are general. But, you, by sending out small messages just to see what the counteraction's going to be, I don't want to say it's immature or it's, it could be handled differently. But I think it's because you are trying to decide what's best for your future, what's best for your life. It's as if you're almost at a fork in the road. So, when I go down this column, the Hermit, you're thinking about it, it comes to an end, but then you're juggling the choices, the pros and the cons, the yes and the no's, the up and the down. I think you are trying to assess what's best for you. I did pull some oracle cards from Doreen Virtue Angel Answers. I did get success. So whatever decision you do make, it will be a success. You do have helpful people. So you can rely on your friends. You can rely on others that you can, talk with and that could best advise you. I know you're going at it alone because, you're trying to make the smart choice. You're trying to use your mind instead of your heart. That's for sure. But you do have friends out there that could help you. I'm just going to pull a few clarifying cards just to see if there are any other messages. But more or less, I just want to see this Eight of Cups. Why is it in reverse? Why is the Eight of Cups in reverse for Taurus, February 2020? Why is it in reverse? Flip out, or I take the top card. Thank you. Flipped out. You got the Two of Pentacles again. You're juggling. You're like, whoa. Whoa, horsey. You know what? I'm going to go back. Wait, I need to revisit this issue. I need to revisit this situation, whatever was put forth on the table towards you. So you're going to juggle the situation for a minute. You're going to say to yourself, well, if I do this, this will happen. But if I do this, that'll happen. But you're trying to do both to see, what's going to happen. Again, like when I was saying the spaghetti against the wall. You're like, let me just see what happens. I'll do both. Like I'll play both sides for a minute. And I heard play both sides. Let's get a card here for the Hermit. Why is the Hermit here? What are they thinking about? What are they thinking about? Flip out, or I take the top card. The Hermit. Why is the Hermit card here for my Taurus, February 2020? Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's because I believe that messages came to you quickly because the Chariot was also here. So I really feel like either somebody's pressuring you also to make a choice or a decision, and, they're pressuring you to make a decision quickly, and you're like, no, wait a minute. All of a sudden, you're like, why are you putting this pressure on me? Like, you become suspect. You're like, hold on. And you're like, why is this person all of a sudden like pushing me for an answer here? I don't know if I'm ready to give one. Justice. Please clarify justice for us. Please clarify justice one more time. Flip out, or I take the top card. There we go. Yeah. Justice is going to prevail in your direction. 100%. Oh, yeah. You got Six of Wands, which means success. And this is probably why you got the success card. Boom. These two are saying the same exact thing. You're going to have success in this situation, whatever you decide. And you will decide. I really believe by the end of the month you'll have made that decision. And, you're going to move forward. And whatever that choice is, there's definitely success in this scenario, because justice is going to prevail towards your end. And it also came out with the Fool. So you are going to move forward into this new direction, this new journey. Whatever you do, whatever was the old, it's out. And whatever the new thing is that you're thinking about doing and moving forward to, you're going to do. And you're going to have great success. I mean, these two cards together tell me you've got the blessing from the universe, especially when right next to it is the wheel. The wheel is definitely saying, well, yeah, that's done. And you're moving on into a new journey. Go right ahead. Here we go. I don't even need to clarify that. That's just point blank telling me what's going on in this scenario. And that's in the middle of the month. So now at the end of the month, Queen of Swords, can you please clarify for us, universe, angel, spirit guides for Team Taurus, what is this Queen of Swords doing here for them? Why is Queen of Swords? One more shuffle. Flip out first, please, or take the top card. Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords. Why is Queen of Swords here, please? Thank you. Page of Cups. Yeah, you're putting feelers out there. Just like with the next card over, where you have that Page of Wands, where you, like I said, oh, you know, you're throwing spaghetti up against the wall. You're giving little messages, just to see what the counter response will be, or the counter action. But you're sending out those messages, small little messages that you're like, yeah, all right, I'm interested, I'm down. I just got to check a few things before I proceed. Or, there's some things that I just need to think about before I tell you a full-blown yes. You're dipping your toe in the water, so to speak. You're giving them a heads up, but not a full-blown answer just yet. Let's clarify Two of Pentacles. I feel like the Page of Cups is not only clarifying your Queen of Swords here, but it's also clarifying this Page of Wands, because I feel like you're definitely going forward with whatever this new offer is. You're putting out small little feelers. Two of Pentacles. Please clarify this Two of Pentacles for us. Please, I take the top card. Two of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Yeah. You're weighing your options regarding this relationship, this institution, this new company, this new job, this new relationship, this new marriage or engagement, what have you. It definitely is talking, this new school, this new university. It is definitely something new, and it requires a community. It requires helpful people. It requires a joint effort. Whatever this is, and I think this is why you took a step back, Taurus. I think you needed to think about this, because it does affect a lot of people, this choice that you make. So say perhaps you're opening up a new business or a new company. Your family has to be all on board and okay. If you are going back to school and starting a new career, and you need to be financially supported by a spouse or whatever, this affects them too. If you're getting into a new relationship, or you're getting married, or you're getting engaged, you're thinking about all the parents and all the other people involved. But there are helpful people you could talk to. Whatever you decide to do to move forward with this Ace of Cups, this like offer of love, or this, I also got an image of the sword, which is the Ace of Swords, which is contracts and truth telling and new offer. Whatever it is, there's going to be massive success in this. This was an amazing reading, Taurus, and I think you have a lot of food for thought for February. You have a lot of huge choices to make, and feel confident. Feel confident in the choice that you will make. It will be the right one for you and for everybody involved. I hope you guys come back for your mid-month readings. And until then, bye, Taurus!